Hey everybody, welcome to this video about portfolio tips. So I want to make a video about portfolio and how to set it up because it really helped me with finding work and growing as an artist. And I wanted to give you those tips as well. So I made a longer video on my Patreon page. You can find my Patreon page by going to www.patreon.com/mitchleeuwen. So let's dive into this lesson. So with portfolio project, I think it's really important to first find out what's your dream job. My dream job is working as a character designer for Disney or Pixar or any other big animation studio. So I was started with making a character lineup of a lineup for a movie. So you can see this Puffin, and then we have all these other characters, and all these other characters are his friends, his mailman. There's this octopus that makes sushi. So I created all these characters where you can come up with a movie for or a TV show, and that really helps. So I started with this, and then I also made for my portfolio an character sheet where I'm showing my sketches, where I'm exploring the characters. So that's also really important for a client, that you can come up with different designs. So this is something you would send to a client and ask, I made these choices, and what do you think? Which one do you prefer? I like this one the most, and so on. So this really good to show them your roughs. Then I picked this design and colored it. So I also showing I know how to render characters, and also drawing the different emotions. That also telling a bit about does the emotions of that character look, and so on. I also made a turnaround. So then you're showing you know how to turn around a character. That's useful for 3D artists. So then you show that you can work with a 3D artist, and you show that you know what the turnaround is. So I also made these sketches with different poses. That's also really useful. Also for showing a bit that you thought about how this character is and how it reacts. Um, my problem is a bit that I like to do a lot of different things. So if I'm applying as a character designer, I try to focus on that character design. But it's okay to put one sheet into it. Most of the time, if I'm applying somewhere, I bring 10 pages, portfolio pages like these with me. And for example, for this one, only one is with this prop. So, and I also added this character here in this one. So that's maybe also useful. Maybe you can work somewhere as a character designer, but they also give you some prop designs, for example. So that's totally fine to show. But I also made a portfolio for environment design. It's really important that you choose what you want to do. But if you're like me, I like to do characters and environments. You can make two portfolios. I have a character design portfolio and an environment design portfolio. So this is an example of one of those projects. Again, I'm doing like I'm working on a scene for an animation movie, and this scene is about the candy store. So I started with this isometric view of the candy store, thinking about how the characters can move in it, that there's enough space to move around, thinking about the concept, and that I want a lot of round shapes. And then I also picked the camera shot, so that I know how it looks if it's in the movie, because this is nice for production, but this is how you eventually will see it. So these are prop designs, and also props are being used a lot. There needs to be made a lot of props. Prop is basically everything that's in an environment, like a car or this popcorn machine or something else. other object that's in an environment. So it's also good to show those in your portfolio. And then I'm also showing that I know how to work in Maya. So sometimes for environments I use Maya because that makes it easier to turn around in 3D. But it's also important because there was one studio and they asked me, can you work in Maya? Because they're using that for their environment artists to make rough animatics with those 3D models. And then when that got a green light, then they start putting a 3D artist on that. So with those roughs, I made some draw-overs, really detailed. So this is drawn on top of the 3D model. And you can see it, I gave it all these details. Cool thing is the perspective is also really good if you put it first in 3D. You don't have to figure it all out yourself. Then I also made the outside. So again, thinking about the inside, but also showing the outside. And that's a bit my character design portfolio and my environment design portfolio. Here are some more tips. So first, ask yourself, what is your goal? What is your dream job? Is that being a character artist, storyboard artist, illustrator, children book artist, game artist, environment artist, animation, concept art, and there's way more. It's really good to figure out what you like to be and try different things out. I also did it. I'm still doing that. And so ask yourself, what is your dream job? Which studio would you like to work on? Is it for Pixar? Go, aim for it, even when it feels too far-fetched, because having a goal is really important and can be really useful. I really like this expression, reach for the stars and go to the moon. So what I mean for that is maybe you're trying to get to the stars, but maybe you land up in the moon and that's totally fine. Portfolio project, make something as if you already got your dream job. So if you want to be a character artist for big movies, start making your own character for your own movie. Do as if you're working for a movie director. So do as if you're working for Steven Spielberg and think that you showed Steven Spielberg your drawing and then he says, that's a nice drawing, that's a nice character, but how does his family look like? Where does he live? How does his house look? Draw all those things. If you want to work for an animation studio, create your own animation movie. So again, that's the first point. Yeah, try to create your own story. You're not applying for story writer, but showing that you have some story skills is really useful. So create your own portfolio, maximum 10 pages. At least that's something I recommend. Show your best work. Again, 10 pages of your best work. Keep it clear. Don't put too much on one page. Do something you love. Do research where you apply. You can make multiple portfolios for different studios. So let me know in the comments if you have any more questions. Please like, subscribe. This is part of my Patreon page. And on my Patreon page, I give more lessons like this, more in depth and more interaction. So you can also check out my Gumroad page, gumroad.com/mitchleeuwen. You can also find the links in the bio in the description of this video. And yeah, check out these ebooks also with videos. You can find them there, links in the description. I think I said everything. So I hope you like this video. And do I have something else to say? Not really. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.